Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be my pregnancy symptoms slash vlog of what's happening. I'm not sure if it's going to go the whole way through the first trimester. I'll wait and see how long the video is. But right now I am 6 weeks and 3 days, so it's the 31st of October. And yeah, so I'm about 6.5 weeks. And I'm going to talk retrospectively about the week. So I won't talk about week 6 until I get to week 7, so I can tell you everything that happened in week 6, but right now I'll tell you about the previous weeks, so up to the start of 6 weeks. By the way, if you haven't seen it already, I did a TTC Trying to Conceive series which had 4 videos in it. So if you're interested in that, I will link it for you in case you want to watch the videos chronologically. But we're going to start with my symptoms at 4 weeks. So in my 4th week, one of the first things that I noticed was pimples popping up on my face. I think I got about 4 in the space of a week. There were 2, there's still little scars. There were 2 that came up around here somewhere. I'm not sure if they're still visible. I normally can't see them because I've got my glasses are in the way. And then there was one here that you can still see, one here, and there was one that popped up right where my nose starts, almost inside my nose. That one is completely gone now, even though it's the last one that popped up. It was the first one to go. So that is definitely a hormonal thing for me because I don't normally get pimples at all, really. Maybe 1 in a year, but certainly not 5 in the space of a couple of weeks. I also had mild cramping, kind of like period cramps, but way less painful. It was kind of just achy, and that was for the whole week of the 4th week. I started feeling a little bit lightheaded when I would stand up sometimes, not all the time, and it's not super bad. And honestly, I sometimes get that just normally when I'm not pregnant anyway, so that was not really a big deal for me. And the whole time I had sore nipples, which started before I even knew I was pregnant. Sometimes I get sore nipples from right after when I ovulate each month, so some months that is there for the whole 2 weeks until my period comes anyway. So I had that even for the whole time before I knew I was pregnant. And it just kind of continued rather than go it would normally go away when my period starts. And that was pretty much it for 4 weeks, so just really, really mild symptoms. And then at 5 weeks, I started getting a really sore lower back. It was unrelated to how much I was standing or if I was bending over. I would just, some days I would get it really bad and then some days I wouldn't get it at all. The sore nipples continued. They were mostly sore at night, not so bad during the day. And the mild cramping continued as well, but it was not every day. At 4 weeks, it was pretty much all day, every day. But at 5 weeks, it kind of came and went. There were 3 whole days where I didn't have the cramping at all. And then it would come back a little bit, but it was not as bad as at 4 weeks. Even though at 4 weeks it also wasn't that bad. So that's pretty much all my symptoms for weeks 4 and 5. And then in terms of appointments, I did have my HCG drawn at 4 weeks, 4.5 weeks, and 5 weeks just to check that it was rising properly, and it was. So at 4 weeks, my HCG was 220. At 4.5 weeks, it was 1,000, and at 5 weeks, it was 3,500. So HCG was rising well. I booked my first ultrasound, which is coming up in a few days, so I will talk about that in my next time I sit down to update you. And that's pretty much, I think, just a dating scan to check if my dates are right, because maybe I ovulated earlier or later than I thought or whatever. I also signed myself up with a midwife, so I had my first kind of over the phone chat with her, basically just getting my medical history and whether certain things are in my family or Jonathan's family. I guess just to check if we're at risk of anything. So yeah, I haven't actually met my midwife yet. We are in lockdown at the moment, so depending, if we come out of lockdown, I'm supposed to meet her for the first time on the 25th of November, so in just under a month. but she said it might be a little different if we're still in lockdown, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Yeah, I do have some new symptoms this week, but as I said, I'll wait until the end of this week of pregnancy to tell you about them in case they like change or get worse, or yeah, we'll just wait and see what happens. So I'll see you soon. It's the 3rd of November. I am 6 weeks and 6 days. Sorry, it's the morning. I'm just making my breakfast while I talk to you. I've got my first ultrasound appointment this afternoon, and I'm excited to hopefully, you know, see the baby for the first time. But I'm also worried, like, because obviously we have had 2 losses this year. We've never made it to an ultrasound before. So yeah, I'm just worried that I'm gonna get there and they're gonna be like, we can't see anything. Maybe you're super early, but then it's like, no, I know I'm not super early because like I know what dates everything happened. And they're gonna be like, sorry, we can't see anything. Doesn't look like there's anything there. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but that's like, my biggest fear at the moment is that I think I've been carrying this baby for the last 6 weeks, but it's actually just nothing again. But I mean, I've had no bleeding and I have had symptoms, so I really hope there's a little baby there and I get to see it today. I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but because we're in lockdown, we're in level 3, Jonathan can't come in with me. So I'm gonna ask if I can video call him while I'm in the appointment room, which I'm sure will be fine. I mean, it's our first baby, it's our first scan. I'm sure they will understand wanting the husband to be involved and to see everything for the first time. So I'm sure that will be fine. But yeah, that is the plan. And the plan is also for him to like come in the car with me and sit in the car, because especially if it's bad news, I don't want to have to drive myself home and be by myself. Like if it's bad news, I just want to be able to come back to the car and cry with him. So yeah, he's coming in the car with me. We're going to video call if we're allowed to. And yeah, so that's all this afternoon. It's not that long away, but it feels like an eternity. It's 9 o'clock now and it's at 3:30, so I've got another 6 hours. But yeah, I will update you when I know. Hello. Oh, bye-bye. All right, bring her up then. Right, this is the tricky part where we have to try and get us both in focus, but we're not the right heights. Okay, so we just got back from the ultrasound. If you can't tell by my huge smile, it was good. So baby is measuring 6 weeks 3 days, which is 3 days behind where I was based on my last period, but 3 days difference really is fine, so that's all good. I heard the heartbeat. Jonathan couldn't come in with me. I think I said that this morning, but he was just in the car. So
I was wearing a mask in the car.
There was a heartbeat of 138, which is really good. I think anything over 120 is good, so that's really exciting. And what else did she say? Was there anything else? Oh, measuring 7.4 millimeters. Tiny little spot, but it's in there, it's healthy, it's got a little beating heart. I'm so happy, I'm so relieved. Here's the original baby.
Oh no!
Hi, it is the 7th of November and I am 7 weeks pregnant today. Like I said before, it did get pushed out a few days because of my dating scan. So yeah, it's been more than a week since I did my 6-week update, but here I am at 7 weeks. So I'm going to talk today about my symptoms from the last week, so the symptoms that I felt during my 6th week, starting with sore boobs. So until a week ago I had only had sore nipples, not like the whole boob. But that started pretty much exactly on 6 weeks going by my new dates. And it kind of started with like, they felt a bit bruised, like just when I would touch them. And then since then, like some days it's really bad. Like some days it hurts to like walk down the stairs. And then some days it's fine unless like if I'm giving someone a hug, like sometimes the kids at school would just like run into me and give me a hug, and that hurts. So yeah, that's been a new symptom, which actually I was really excited to get that symptom because I know it's such a common pregnancy symptom. So to me, like getting those really common symptoms kind of is just a daily reminder that, yeah, everything's still going okay. I've been like short of breath. It's especially noticeable like if I'm singing along to music or whatever, because I can't get through phrases. I have to like stop and be like, and then like start again. I've also had like, I'm calling them tummy twinges. I don't really know what else to call them. It's not like cramps, it's like a very short little pain in my tummy. And I think it kind of happens like when I do something that, or not as carefully as I should. Like sometimes when I roll over in bed too fast, I get a little tummy twinge, and it's like, okay, I need to take my time when I'm rolling over. And like I got it yesterday when I was putting something into the oven, because I think I was bending over and forwards too far. And I got the tummy twinge, so I was like, okay, Jonathan, you have to put the things in the oven and take the things out of the oven, because I almost see it as kind of like a warning, like, okay, don't do this thing because it's not the best. I've had a little bit of nausea, nothing too serious. It was its worst yesterday, actually. Yesterday, every time I stood up, I felt a little bit nauseous, so fortunately it was a weekend day, so I just spent the day pretty much on the couch not doing anything, but most days the nausea hasn't like affected me at all. The thing that's causing me the most difficulty at the moment actually is food aversions, and my food aversions have been to dinner food of every kind. Yeah, I just have absolutely no interest in eating anything that you would consider dinner food, because there's only 2 of us, so normally we cook a meal that we eat for at least 2 nights, sometimes more. So at the start of the week we had leftover curry from last week, and I like forced myself to eat it the first couple of nights, but I was not feeling it at all. And I thought it was just because I'd had it so many days in a row, but like I always have it so many days in a row. But yeah, I was not feeling it at all. And then we made burgers a couple nights ago, and I think I had like 3 bites of my burger, and I was like, I don't want this, and I could not eat anymore. And yeah, I was trying to figure out if it was like a specific food that I'm having at dinner time, or like a specific type of food. Like it's not the veggies that are putting me off. It's not carbs in particular, because I'm having carbs at other times during the day. Jonathan wondered if it was the time of day that I just don't want to eat at dinner time, but it's not that either, because he had a burger, like a leftover burger for lunch yesterday at lunchtime, and even at lunchtime I was like, oh my god, a burger sounds disgusting, and I like didn't even want to be in the kitchen while I could smell it. So it's not the time of day, and it's not like a particular food group, it's literally dinner food. It's so weird. But anyway, the solution that we came up with last night, because it got so bad that I like wasn't eating my dinner, because it got past the point of like forcing the curry down, but then it got to the burger and I couldn't do it at all. So last night the solution we came up with, because I'm not feeling the aversion towards veggies, so I was like, cool, I'm just gonna have a salad basically. Well, that's what I did last night anyway. That's what I'm planning on doing this coming week, because we were thinking about like in terms of the nutrients that I need to be eating for baby, what is it that I need to eat and what is it that I don't really need to eat. And I think like during the rest of the day, I'm getting my fruits in because I always have like at least an apple every day. I'm getting my carbs because I've been having usually like porridge or something for breakfast. And I'm getting dairy because I will have like milk with my porridge or just as a drink. So I'm getting a lot of the main food groups. So we figured veggies are like the main thing that I need to eat at dinner time because I haven't had them anywhere else during my day. And the other thing that I'm not really getting if I'm not feeling like dinner foods is protein. I think protein might be part of what I'm not feeling like, because yeah, we had chicken in our burgers. I did not feel like that at all. And like thinking about beans and lentils, and like there were chickpeas in the curry actually. Yeah, those things don't sound good to me. But I know that there is protein in my my like prenatal supplement pill thing that I take every day, so I will try and eat like there's a bit of protein in like spinach and stuff, which I am putting in the salads, so I'm getting some protein. So I'll try and eat it here and there as well, but we figured the main food group that I need to eat at dinner time is veggies. So last night I just made a salad. Like I took all of the veggie things that were going in the burger, and instead of putting them in a burger, I just had them on their own. So I had spinach, avocado. I mean, avocado's probably got protein as well, doesn't it? Avocado's a really good food to eat when you're pregnant, so that's good. I had tomato. What else? I think that might have been all that was in it last night, but I went shopping today and I picked up some more things. Like I've got capsicum that can go in it this week, cherry tomatoes. Yeah, so lots of veggies. So hopefully that's enough like kind of vitamins and stuff that I need. Yeah, I haven't had any cravings in particular. Oh, I'm really enjoying noodles actually. Not as like a craving, like I don't feel like I need them, but it's like noodles have just been this random thing that's just sounded good to me every day. So I've had a packet of noodles every day for the last few days. Which I know it's not the healthiest, but then it's like, well, I feel like as long as I'm getting all the other things that I need to be eating in at some point during the day, obviously I'm trying not to have like an excessive amount of sugar, but yeah. Oh, actually, before I go, I will show you, I made little, hang on, I'll just go and get them. So I've been enjoying Skittles, but I know that obviously Skittles are very sugary. So I wanted to like limit how many I was having, but normally like if I eat them out of the packet, I just don't really know when to stop, because if you're eating straight from a packet, it's really hard to know how many you've had. So Jonathan actually got me these tiny little containers so that I could like ration out my Skittles. So in here there's like, I don't know, I want to say maybe 20 Skittles in here, and that is it. So one packet, on the back of the packet it said 8 servings, and so he got me 8 of these containers, and with, I mean, I didn't completely fill them up, so it ended up being 9 lots of little Skittle packets that I made. So I filled the 8, and then there were a few still left in the packet. So that is absolutely perfect. So I'm having less than a serving of Skittles each time I eat them. So, and I don't have them every day, just every now and then when I'm feeling like a lot of sugar. Yeah, I try and do that and make sure I'm not having too much sugar. But yeah, I will only have these if it's like, if I'm not really having anything else that's sweet that day. What else? Oh, I started doing my Kegel exercises. So, oh, I should talk about the apps that I've got actually. I've got one app that's just called Pregnancy. Yeah, so I have this app here which is just called Pregnancy. So on here it tells you how big your baby is. So 7 weeks today, it's the size of a blueberry. And then it's got a tip each day. And then down here there's a bunch of like tools you can use. So I've been doing the Kegel training one. And then the other app that I have is this one here. It's called What to Expect. And so this one's good as well. It starts with the same kind of thing, like how big the baby is. It also has a daily tip, And my favorite thing about this one actually is down here there's a community tab, and you can join basically like any group you want. So I've joined 4 groups, first pregnancy, July babies, and June babies, because my baby is due at the end of June, so it could very well be a July baby, and also the New Zealand mums group. Within each of those groups, there's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of discussions about all sorts of things. And you can just comment, or you can just read, or you can like start a new chat. I started a chat last night actually, asking if there was something you can buy to like stop cats jumping into cots, like a cover or something, because I'm worried that Evie will like jump into the cot with the baby, like trying to snuggle up, but she'll end up like lying on its face and smothering it. So I was like asking if people knew about like a cover you could get, and yeah, I got heaps of replies on that. So it's all very like supportive, mostly anyway. Yeah, just a place where you can ask questions or be like, I got my first ultrasound today, and everyone will be like, yay, well done. So yeah, it's just a nice little place to go and share things and ask questions. Anyway, that will do for today's update, and yeah, I guess we'll wait and see what happens in the next week. Who have I told so far? I should tell you that actually. So far, we haven't really told many people. I've told my boss at work, and also the person that I work really closely with, because we are in level 3, so I'm doing half days at school at the moment. So I told the person that does the same bubble as me but the other half of the day, and my boss obviously, because like especially after 2 losses, I wanted him to know that it was a possibility that something would go wrong, or you know, even if something doesn't go wrong, I would need to be like ducking out for appointments and stuff. So a couple of people at work know, my friend Melody knows, and my sister knows, and I think that's it. I think I'll tell the school principal, like my boss. I know I said I told my boss, but I mean like I told my team leader, because you don't go through the principal to get like time off work, you just go through your team leader. I'll tell the principal I think when I'm at 8 weeks, so not quite yet. And yeah, we're planning on telling family at Christmas, like even close family. We think we're gonna hold off until Christmas time. I don't know if we'll stick to that. I mean, we saw them today and Jonathan was like, we could tell them today, and I was like, we could, but we decided not to. So yeah, because by Christmas we'll have had our 12-week scan, so I think it will be quite nice to like share the news and be like, we're kind of past the danger point. But at the same time, like it's a long time to hold on to a secret. Anyway, this update has been way too long, so I'm gonna go, and I'll see you when I have something else to say. It's the 14th of November. I am 8 weeks pregnant today. It feels like a really big milestone. I don't know why. I mean, days are just ticking by. But yeah, 8 weeks feels big. So, okay, what's been happening in the last week? So the nausea has gotten worse. I'm not throwing up yet. It's not, like, it's really not that bad. But it's almost constant. It's like as soon as I wake up until like last thing at night, it's mild, but it's just like a constant slightly sick feeling. I'm just trying to like eat all the time. I'm trying to eat at least every 2 hours, which is getting harder because I talked a little bit about the food aversions last week. The list of things I don't want to eat is getting longer. It feels like it's getting longer by the day. So last week I think I said I was still having like salads for dinner and just chucking in as many veggies as I could, like avocado, tomato. Like I don't feel like any of that stuff anymore, especially avocado. I was having avocado on a little like muffin split for breakfast, and then one day I just woke up and avocado sounded disgusting to me, so avocado's out of the picture now. So I'm just trying to like eat whatever I can, whatever I feel like, and just really often. I've had almost an entire packet of crackers this week. I've had the crackers ready to go since before I was pregnant, because I know everyone says like keep crackers next to your bed. It's really good for settling your stomach. They really are. Especially like they're really good when I'm trying to sleep. Like sometimes I'll already be in bed and then I'll start to feel sick again, and it's really hard to sleep when you feel sick, so I'll just like sit up and eat a couple of crackers and then I feel okay again. But yeah, my diet's not really that healthy anymore. I'm trying to include healthy foods when I can. I'm still having an apple most days, and we picked up some bananas in the shop, in the grocery shop yesterday. I managed to have a banana with my porridge for breakfast today. But aside from fruit, it's pretty much all like bland carbs, and I don't even feel like lots of carbs. I don't feel like my muffin splits or crumpets or even toast really. So I'm pretty much having porridge for breakfast every day with fruit, which is good, and an apple like I said, and then a cup of soup with a piece of toast for lunch, a muesli bar to keep me going for like mid-afternoon, and then literally noodles for dinner. It's so bad. And then crackers the rest of the time to just like, so that I'm eating something in between meals. Okay, what else? I did order some maternity bras. This is the first thing that I've ordered or bought during the pregnancy for myself or baby. So yeah, I've ordered 2 maternity bras. They haven't arrived yet. I think they'll probably come this coming week. I'm really excited. I think my boobs have started growing a little bit. My bras still fit, but I'm finding at nighttime they can be quite painful. Like when I'm rolling over in bed, it's really hard to get comfortable, and they seem to keep getting in the way. So I'm thinking that if I get some really comfy maternity bras to sleep in, it'll just be easier for me to sleep through the night. I talked last week about being out of breath. That's been quite bad this week as well. Stairs I'm finding especially hard. We have stairs in our house, and every time I go up the stairs, I mean, even getting up, like it's not even fully breath, like my legs don't even want to like carry me up the stairs. I'll get halfway up and I'm like, oh my god, I've still got half the staircase to go, and then I'll get to the top and I'll be out of breath. And same thing at school, we've got stairs everywhere. I'm trying not to be too slow on the stairs at school, because obviously I don't want everyone at school to know that I'm pregnant. But yeah, I'm finding stairs really hard at the moment. And crying at random things. So it's not been too bad. Obviously I know that being pregnant makes your hormones do crazy things, but like there was one day in particular, was it yesterday? Oh, there were 2 days. It was yesterday and a couple of days ago as well. I like cried first thing in the morning at literally nothing, and then I think I cried later in the day as well. And then the other day, Jonathan and I were driving over to his mum's place, and I can't remember what I said. I said something or other, and Jonathan agreed with me, and I felt like crying. It was so weird. It was like I felt so supported and so loved by the fact that he agreed with me that I almost started crying, and I was like, no, I didn't let myself cry. I was like, this is so dumb. I can't cry at this. And then it's only a 20-minute drive, but it literally happened twice on our way there. Like he agreed with something else that I said later, and I was like, oh my god, you have to stop agreeing with me. It was so weird. But yeah, I think that's all my symptoms. The baby is currently the size of a raspberry. Apparently my uterus is now the size of a grapefruit, which is pretty big. Although apparently it started as the size of my fist, so I guess it's like doubled in size. I think I might end this video here actually. The video is going to be too long to put the whole first trimester in one video because I keep talking too much. But I thought if we do them monthly, so now that I'm 8 weeks, it's the end of a month basically. So we'll end this video here, and then the next update video will be weeks 9 to 12, which will be the 3rd month. So I think that'll make sense. So yeah, that was my 2nd month of pregnancy. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's been 2 months already. It's crazy.